After this retreat in 1994, there was something that happened that is very even difficult to describe, because 12 days in silence, doing and studying new things that I really didn't know before, I decided to think, oh, this is something that I really need to study. It's very profound. I decided to keep on the momentum of the retreat, trying to meditate on my own whenever I got time. And about the same time, I met a friend who knew a wonderful teacher. He's called Vimalaji Thakar in Dalhousie. So I visited her. I asked her some of the burning questions that I had that time that have never been answered there, like on back of my mind since I was in Africa. Like, where do we go after death? Why are we here? Actually, what I was very interested, why are we here in this life, which is that time there was a lot of suffering also there. So why are we here? And then I asked her, where are we going? She really appreciated this question, and she decided even to record these questions. So she answered these questions. Actually, she's from this background of Krishnamurti. He was a wonderful spiritual teacher. So she really answered this question, and then I learned yoga over there. And
what did she say?
She said, we are here, the purpose of here is to live from humanity to divinity. That's why we're here, to live our life from humanity to divinity. In other words, we should start to explore our life and self-education, live in quiet places and meditate and self-inquiry. All those things were encouraged by Vimalaji Thakar. She really valued the silence, and I attended many lectures by her. And after that experience with the contact of Vimalaji Thakar, I decided to go back down, and then I met one person. He was actually in Brahma Kumaris, which is called Brahma Kumaris meditation. It is a Hindu kind of meditation, samatha meditation. Somebody described it, and I thought that would be very interesting to continue my meditation. So from the university, where I was staying, university hostel, I used to ride my bicycle and go to this place to sit and meditate. And it was very dark inside, and it had a red light. They asked us to focus on the red light. There was a commentary behind it. You are a soul, indestructible. I said, wow, I'm indestructible. Whatever happens, I felt a little bit safer when I had that commentary, that you are a soul, you are indestructible, you go to Brahma world. So I sat there quietly listening to this commentary, but it was dark inside the room apart from the light you can see, which was red. And after that I rode my bicycle. I felt very, very happy just slowing down during that meditation. I said, wow, I think I should really try to meditate continuously with this group called Brahma Kumaris. And I started actually to look for where I can continue this practice. I got their brochures. They say they're all over in America. They have spiritual universities. Then students used to ask me, what are you doing? Where do you go in the evening? I say, I'm a student of life. So I started to call myself a student of life. I'm taking a bachelor's degree in life. So life became then a university for me to investigate. And then I decided to go to teachers like in the south there is one teacher called Sai Baba, the Hindu teachers, and then there's some other Hindu teachers I went to meet, but Sai Baba stood out because I heard that he can make all these miracles, and I heard about miracles in Africa, and people who do miracles in Africa, they're very, very important. So I went to see him also. And even before that, actually, I decided to go to Bahai temple in New Delhi. And I really asked them, please, I want to be a Bahai. They said, okay, we'll convert you to Bahai. So I became officially a Bahai person, follower. I became a follower of Bahai. So I began to I would call spiritual seeking. I started searching something. That something wasn't clear. I just went on, keep on searching something from different traditions. Bahai, Hindu, Tibetan, and this and that, and the Christian actually. Before even I used to go to a temple, to a church, and the service was in Hindi, and I didn't understand Hindi. What is very interesting, I had this in my mind because when I was growing up in Africa, they told me, if you go to church, God will see you. So when I went in India in the church that time, I said, I shouldn't leave my Christian background. I should go maybe to church. So I went to the church one time, sat there, and I didn't understand a single word, but I said, okay, God has seen me. He has a big eye. But later on, I said, he's really, really seeing me, actually. I started questioning those things. So when I went to the church, I really felt there was something missing, actually. I liked more meditation, because meditation for me was quietening the mind and calming down. So I liked that very much.
So how did you end up with Buddhism then as a preference?
Preference after really studying more books on Buddhism, become a member of Tibetan house and read many books on Buddhism. I found out it was answering most of these questions that really, really have been buried inside me. Like where, like what happens after death, and about Nibbana, the enlightenment. Talk about heaven. When I was growing up in Africa, they told me, when you're good, you're going to go to heaven. When I went to Buddhism, they said, hey, you don't only go to heaven, you go to the really highest place, highest state, which is called final enlightenment, which is far beyond heaven. I said, wow, I should go for Buddhism because it goes beyond heaven.